Everything's working. So repeat what you said, Manny. I'm sorry.
About her parents. When you like even like when she's like looking at you and everything or anybody, she doesn't seem to smile one bit. Every time she's like going around talking and conversing, or like when she's like looking at you, she's frowning, but it feels like she's smiling at you even though she's frowning so hard.
All right. So
It's
the two
it's really
volunteers,
complex.
the two volunteers get into position, and if you'd like to describe what she does exactly, and if you'd like, I can have you roll for her checks.
Okay, okay.
And also, Jean, you notice the crowd is very much interested in the performance. You get the idea that if you tried, you could probably pick at a few pockets.
I'm gonna pick some pockets.
Okay. Give
Is he
me.
doing this with advantage? Because I'm technically
Yeah,
this
they
is
are
technically
completely
distracting.
distracted, so give me a sleight of hand with advantage.
Uh, what is that? Hold on.
You're fine.
Skills. Plus 5 is 22.
22. So you get up from your seat and you just nonchalantly emerge into the stands. And easily enough, you slip under the stand and you just start picking people's pockets. After only like maybe 30 seconds, you get maybe like 20 silver and 15 copper just from picking pockets.
Alright.
And no one seems to notice you. Go
20
ahead.
silver.
20 silver, 15 copper.
All right, so like this is gonna be like the first starting act. She's gonna show
Oh.
how tamed and trained he is. She starts putting her head in his mouth with it open and everything. You know that one trick where
Yeah,
that one thing where
lion tamer
like
and all
that.
that.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Here, you guys do it too."
Oh, all right.
Like, and I'm pretty sure they're getting panicky and nervous and everything. But with her frowning face, she's like, "Do it.
They do
No worries.
the
There's no worries
yeah,
about that."
the older human male. At first, he's like, no, I can't, and he like starts to back off towards the crowd. The tiefling girl, on the other hand, just kind of like looks at the wolf and says, "I'll do it." She just walks up, pops her head in the mouth, waits a couple seconds, and then pulls it back out, and is perfectly fine.
And then you just see him just go after she's gone, like after her head's gone out of there and everything, like chomp down
Yeah.
because he's from after that. She gets she has whoever's left on the tiefling chick get on the wolf, and then you see like just random like you see like the people like workers hire like hirees and everything
Mm-hmm.
come out of nowhere, pull out all this like stuff for an obstacle course where the wolf will start like running around, climbing and shit around like a big like yeah, just like a big obstacle course
All
and
right.
such not.
So give me a performance check for the wolf.
Is it like with advantage
It's
or
with advantage. He's done this before. It's just like running. It's there's no actual challenge to it. It's more of a how the showman the showman of the wolf and the ranger.
sweet natural 20?
Natural 20. Easily and deftly, the wolf just navigates the obstacle course. The crowd clapping and cheering. The tiefling girl's still down there, just clapping and watching in awe.
No, she's she's on him.
Oh, she's on the wolf. Okay.
Yeah, she's on the wolf. Oh, this is how happening.
Then even more people cheer and clap as she goes.
And
They jump over
here's
hurdles, dive through tunnels.
the last thing that you see the wolf do is climb all the way up the one long those long rods where the crow's nest where the trapeze artists were on,
Mm-hmm.
and then he jumps off. He jumps off and does like a rolling barrel spin down with her still on him and everything,
All right.
and lands
The,
4 feet like all 4 feet down.
all right. The crowd, gets up, starts applauding heavily, cheering and hooting and hollering. John, you miss this spectacle because you're picking pockets under the stands.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so all you see is people go from sitting to standing and crowd cheering.
What am I doing? Sorry, I'm trying to look at something.
But that ends that performance. Grim comes back out
Oh, my arm.
and says, as from the next performance, we have Azriel performing, well, just performing. And then he bows. Yes.
Oh, also, you see me like go ahead and bring out like I would say like six six other targets, like all these like target stands out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they look like like if you're like at a gun at a
Yeah.
firing stand and everything.
Yeah, like a firing range.
Yeah, firing range and everything. And they're all set up and such not. And then you see me go like this for my first time performing in this like area, this whole entire place known as Oxen. I'm going to show you a little something special that I learned just like recently in my days. At the second you see me raise my hands in the air, and you see what's it called? You see a whole bunch of snowballs floating up in the air up here above me, and then with my spell. Wait, what's it called? What's the spell thing called?
What do you mean? Just focus?
Yeah. Wait, is it focus? What's the thing that allows me to use my change up skills and everything called again? Fuck.
Fuck.
Let me look at my features and traits.
Yeah, I'll look too.
Oh, okay. I use meta magic,
Metamagic, yes.
and with the meta magic, I use a sorcery point to go ahead and change the what looked like ice balls into lightning.
Okay.
And you just see lightning start going crackling above my head, and I go ahead and strike all the strike all the targets.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
All right. Ah, shit. Then I'm going bucks. Here we go. 17 plus. 17 plus. What? 17 plus 6, so 23.
23. So easily, you flick your hand, and the little lightning balls just launch out, impacting the center of each target easily. The crowd cheers and hollers. And do you repeat it, or are you gonna do something different as your next trick?
I go ahead and just say, that's all I got.
The crowd,
And just,
they kind of look at each other confused, but they continue to clap.
and then as I'm walking out, I just start playing my lyre and just walk away.
All right. Grim comes out laughing, and he says, "Another fine spectacle. Now, I have a special treat for you people of Oxen. Something we recently came into possession of." And he kind of throws his hand up, and you see the curtains open, and they bring out this large stone pot with these ornate designs on it, and just it's this ornate black obsidian pot. And he goes, "I acquired this recently from a traveler," and he claims that anyone who enters the pot will become instantly rejuvenated. And you see the crowd kind of like looking to each other, like confused. And he goes, "If I could have a member of the audience come down, and I will demonstrate this for the first time." And you see the crowd kind of like looking to each other. And then you see this large minotaur stand up and kind of like, quietly walk down. And the crowd starts cheering as he approaches. And Grim says, "Thank you, sir. What is your name?" And he kind of looks at him and says, "Milo." And Grim just throws his hand up and says, "Let's give a round of applause for Milo." And then he goes, just easily enough. And the pot, it was wheeled out on a cart. It's maybe 8 feet tall and 5 feet wide. And they bring out a little ladder, and Milo begins to climb up. And then they open it. He kind of looks inside, looks back to Grim, and he's like, "Are you sure this is safe?" And Grim just nods. And the Minotaur gentleman shrugs, hops into the pot, disappears inside, and they close the lid. Now, I need both of you to give me perception checks.
Alright.
Or not perception, Arcana.
Arcana check?
Arcana
Oh,
check.
even better. Alright. We got a... Ooh, alright. 21.
21. And then Jean.
Zan.
Zahn, yes.
Z. Remember Z.
Zahn.
Zaluk.
Unnatural 20.
A natural 20. All right. So both of you, from your positions, Azrael, you're a little closer. You see the pot begin to glow, and you see the ornate accoutrements begin to, like, almost like gold, kind of interweaving themselves across the pot, filling up the ornateness of it. What's the word I'm looking for? Not ornateness. The ornate. It starts to glow in gold, and the gold kind of fills it up slowly as it just snakes its way around until the image of a large face is emblazoned on the side. And that's when you both hear loud screaming coming from inside the pot. You see the crowd like kind of like panic, and you see Grim like gesturing for the men around him to, fix it, and they
I get out from where the curtains are, where I'm looking, and I start walking towards where Grim is.
All right. Eventually, they climb up and try to get the lid off, but it's not budging, and the screaming is getting louder and more animalistic.
I'd like to help out with this.
Is the screaming coming from the... It's a container, right? That someone just climbed into or some shit?
Yeah.
And does it sound like the person that climbed in?
Give me a perception check.
God damn it, you bastard.
I'd like to try to like. You said the
11.
guy's in there, right?
Yeah, the guy climbed inside, and they shut the pot behind him.
I'm trying to pull
11.
it. I'm trying to help him pull it off.
All right. First, within 11, you can't tell if the screams are coming from inside the pot or if they're coming from the pot. The crowd itself is already beginning to panic. People are beginning to disperse. Azrael, you get to the pot and give me a strength check.
Natural 1. Never mind.
Natural 1. You grab
My
the
hand
edge of the-
slipped. My
Yeah.
hand's slipping as I'm trying to pull.
You get the edge of the pot and you go to lift with all your might, and your hands slip and you fall backwards off the ladder. And as you do that, the pot begins to slightly go off balance and turn until it slowly begins to tip and fall over on its side. After it does that, the lid kind of pops off and rolls away. And you both see this greenish gas kind of emerge the pot and snake across the ground. And then after a few seconds, the crowd, they've all panicked, and half of the crowd is gone, half of the crowd is kind of sitting there waiting. And you both watch as you see a hand kind of emerge from the edge of the pot and grab the edge. And it's a large hand. It looks like a Minotaur's hand, but you immediately notice the flesh on it has decayed and withered away.
Ooh.
And then you watch as the other hand, and then slowly this large Minotaur pulls himself out, and his body has just been ravaged. He's covered in cuts and bruises. You can see into his internal organs. His head is just a skull. And he just kind of like sits there for a second as some of the workers kind of gather, not Grim, but some of the the hired hands kind of gather around him like, "Are you okay?"
I use my divine sense.
Okay. And you're looking for undead, right?
Yep,
Or one
celestial fiend undead.
It is radiating undead.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And you watch as you watch as it kind of like sticks its hand out, and you watch as the ethereal green smoke begins to fill its palm and jut out into the form of a great axe.
Oh shit.
Before I try to just reach out, or I just kind of like they're checking to see if he's okay. I just yell out, "Back away! It's undead."
All right. As they kind of turn to you, the axe swings and lops one of their heads off, and I need you guys to roll initiative.
Damn it.
All right, let's go, captains. All right, that's a 11 plus.
What the actual fuck? Do I roll disadvantage for
No.
initiative as well? Okay.
13. 13. I got that's my initiative.
Okay. Zon.
8.
All right. So
I think,
at the start of the turn, Azrael, you're up. As you watch this Minotaur lop off one of the heads of the workers.
Holy shit! I can't believe I'm actually first. Oh god. All right, all right.
By the way, I'm a Dex Paladin, just so you guys know.
All right. Like a roguish paladin. I got you. Let's see.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so I
Couldn't
guess
move
I'm
the
gonna go ahead and start off with using. What's this do? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start up with using Snylock's Snowball Swarm.
Okay.
Let's see. There is each creature in a 5-foot radius of the spear centered on the point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d6 cold damage on failed save, or half as much on successful one. Now, I wanna angle where I'm gonna be throwing the snowball,
Okay.
so it doesn't hit everybody.
Easily
It
enough.
only hits the.
Yeah. One of the workers is dead. His head was lopped off. The other one is far enough away that if you angle it to the left, you won't hit him.
All right. So that's a dex save 14.
Total of 5, so he fails.
All right. And he's gonna take 3d6. All right, 86. Ooh. All right, that is. Where's Wait, it should be up here. All right. So that's gonna be a total of 18 damage.
All right.
Cold damage.
So as you watch it lop off one of the heads of the workers, you instinctively throw your hand up, and the snowballs appear above your head. And is it like one attack or multiple attacks that hit the ground?
It's like I would say, like, since I'm focusing in on one spot, it's hitting the area, but with a wide radius, it's kind of like fireball, but
Okay.
as
Easily
ice.
enough. They impact on the ground. You see the snow shatter and impact on the Minotaur skeleton, which thrashes and shakes off the cold. But you have movement and a bonus action if you'd like.
All right.
Right now, I'd say the room.
How close am I to him?
You were pretty close because he fell out of the pot and you fell on the other side of the pot, so you're only like 10 feet away. And then Zon, you're like maybe 15, 20 feet away because it's not a giant tent. It's.
I'd like to use 30 of my movement to back all the way up as much as I can.
Okay, you get about 20 feet, and then you hit the edge of the tent. Any farther, and you'd be leaving the tent.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and after that, I'm gonna go ahead and just prepare myself, like get into a pose, ready to tango.
All right, that's the end of your turn. Zon, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my action. I'm gonna try and channel divinity, control undead.
Control undead. Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
What's the save?
So as action, you can target one undead within 30 feet to force a Wisdom saving throw, DC 13. On failure, the target must obey your commands for 24 hours or until you use this feature again. An undead with a challenge rating equal to or greater than 3 is immune.
All right, he is not immune.
He's not immune?
No,
Okay.
he is a challenge of 2.
And it's a DC of 13.
Okay, here we go. 6 total.
I have no idea. So he fails it.
Yes, so he is under your control.
I'm now controlling it. Okay, I have no idea what I can fucking do with this, so...
Oh my god.
I'm trying to look it up, but I can't find anything.
Basically, it's like it's it's kind of like Charm Monster or Charm Person. It is now under your control.
Can I have it hurt itself, or like, I don't know, climb back into the pot? I don't know.
You can have it do anything you want.
Oh man. There's no cliffs nearby.
No, it's underground.
God damn it.
Yes, the cliff in the center of town.
Um, I just commanded to stop.
All right, it kind of you watch as the snow buffets it, and then you cast a spell just as it's about to bring its axe down on the other attendee, the other employee. It stops just kind of halfway, and you watch as the green gas that kind of filled its eyes kind of turn to this, deep blue, and then it just kind of lowers its axe.
So this is the thing. This is whatever. Originally, it was a person that crawled inside the thing, or okay, and they got turned into a fucking. All right. I don't know where to go from here. I look around and I'm like, I'm a paladin and I can stop undeads from fucking shit up. What do we want to? How do we want to get rid of this thing?
You see, the other employee has run away. Grim is just kind of standing there shocked, just kind of watching as the Minotaur just kind of stands there. And that
Should we burn it? Put in a cell? I'm just standing here throwing ideas out, seeing if anyone will respond.
I go ahead and I think the only thing we could do is put it out of its misery, honestly.
So continue fucking it up, I guess.
Yes. I think that'd be a good
I'm gonna
idea.
command it to take its own axe and shove it through its skull.
Okay. I guess it'll make it. It's its turn, so it's gonna make an attack against itself. That's a total of 14, so it hits. So it takes pretty high. Takes 21 damage.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, next up is Azrael.
Would it still be under my control if I commanded it to hurt itself? You think?
Let me check the spell, just to be safe. Which book is it?
It might have-
Or it's not a spell, it's an ability, right?
It's an ability of the Oathbreaker Paladin.
Okay, let me go to your character sheet and view it. Ability. Channel Divinity.
It doesn't
Control
give like a
Undead.
bunch of information on it.
By the looks of it, it literally just does whatever you tell it to do for 24 hours.
Alright.
Let's Google it. See if there's anyone.
Yeah, maybe you'll I tried to Google it and I wasn't finding anything. It's like, I don't know if you'll have better luck.
I doubt. If you didn't find anything, I doubt I'll. There we go.
As this is going on, I'm like, I knew it was a good idea for me to keep all this nasty food in my hands, in my pockets. I mean, and all of a sudden you see me pull out some rotten tomatoes that I found on the ground on my way back.
Basically, go ahead.
I crush it in my hand. I crush it in my hands, and all of a sudden you see a stream. You see a stream of acid emanate from it, going a line 30 feet long. And about 5 feet wide, and a direction where at least it only hits the freaking the Minotaur. It doesn't hit anybody else, and it's acid. This is acid right here, acid damage. They have to make a dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid for the duration of the spell.
Total of 6.
Ooh, fail. This is Tasha's caustic brew. Yeah, I love that book.
What's the damage? Or does it take initial damage or only like on its turn?
Okay, a creature. Okay, so let's see. Covered in acid for duration until the creature uses its action to scrape or wash the acid off itself or another creature. A creature covered in acid takes 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns.
Okay, so on its next turn it'll take damage.
Yes.
All right.
2d4s.
Got it. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Wait, okay, so this is a concentration.
Yes.
All right, and it was my action.
So you have a you have a bonus action.
Yeah, I should have actually used that one or everything, but it's already too late.
All right.
I was gonna use the not quickening spell, but the use my sorcery point to split it into 2 streams that hit them twice.
Okay.
Would I be able to still do that?
How does that's meta magic, right?
Yeah, it's meta magic.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
not-
have the ability? You only get a
Yeah.
certain one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
if you spend the sorcery point, you should be able to. Whatever
Yeah,
the
it's,
meta magic says is
wait,
what
do
you
I
can
have-
do with it.
I don't know if it would stack.
Actually, no.
I think
No, never mind. No, I don't have it actually. I thought I did. No, I
Oh.
chose quickening.
Okay.
Damn it.
Well, that's the end of your turn. So Zahn, you're
Yep.
up.
I thought
Okay,
about it. I
so-
was like, that would be awesome.
Would controlling this thing be a bonus action or an
bonus.
action?
I looked. The closest anyone came to a consensus on it was it acts similarly to the wizard's necromancy.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to command it to roll around in the acid.
So it nods its head, hunches down, hits the ground, and just starts rolling back and forth in the acid. You see the crowd has returned. The crowd is returning and is applauding like this is kind of a show. Like this is a show.
It's not a show, so I pull out my
Hey,
bow, my
I
longbow.
I make a performance check.
All right, make a performance check.
God damn it. Here we go.
Oh,
That's
I think
18
I'm gonna have
plus.
a disadvantage on the longbow because it's close to range, but that's fine. I don't want to get in that acid.
All right, so it's the start of its turn.
It's
I still
it's,
got
uh,
attack,
24.
Oh, you took an
motherfucker.
attack. I'm sorry. Right, you're right. That's a bonus action, not an action.
It's 24.
24 for performance.
Yeah.
The crowd is cheering as this Minotaur skeleton, who once was an attendee, is just rolling around in the acid.
Oh my god, the longbow has so much range.
Longbow has a lot of range.
Yeah. Okay, so alright. I'm just gonna use it, dude. I'll just roll disadvantage. So and I'm probably I can't get double disadvantage because it's prone, but
You can't get double.
can I
advantage.
shoot something that's prone? Or
You can.
It's just a disadvantage, right?
disadvantage, yeah.
and I already have disadvantage for being close range, so I'm just gonna shoot it with the longbow.
Oh,
Oh, that is not good. I'm probably not gonna hit it. An 8.
an 8. Unfortunately, even though it is completely rendered useless,
I'm sorry, Logan.
you're fine. It's completely rendered useless. The arrow goes wide and disappears past a 10. Or disappears
like,
outside
shit.
the 10. Is it your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, it is its turn. Man, you go ahead and roll those 2d4 for me.
7 damage.
7 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, it spends its turn rolling in acid.
Does it take damage?
Well, it's already taken
Yeah,
the damage. It takes the damage from the initial hit. It doesn't, or the
Oh, sad
it
face.
started its
And
turn.
each
Damn it.
turn, each turn of its turn just takes 7 points of
I was
acid
trying to make
damage.
it take more acid damage.
Azrael, you're up.
All right. So wait,
This
is it my
is
turn?
funny.
Wait, so like Logan, is it
I
my turn right
totally
now?
cheesed this fight.
Second.
I'm sorry.
Say again, Manny.
So wait, is that the end of its turn?
That's the end of his turn. It's your turn.
All right,
Yes,
so
we commanded to
uh,
roll in the acid, Manny.
I'm still I'm still holding the like beam,
Okay.
which is gonna be for another like 9 turns. That
Okay.
beam is gonna keep on firing. All right, and I'm just like trying to do a handstand while I'm doing this.
All right. Give me a performance check.
Ah, damn it. uh, wait, the dot on the bottom. The dot. Okay. That's better than I thought. 15.
15.
It's got an axe, right?
It dropped its axe because you commanded it to roll in the acid. Okay. But
I'm just picturing it. I'm sorry.
you're fine. So you do a handstand and the crowd cheers.
They should not be cheering.
They don't know. They
This is
in their-
terrible.
They
In
think
their
this is all
mind-
part of the act.
Yeah, they think it's all
Not
part of the act.
part of the act.
You see that Grim has vanished. He disappeared into the tent or just ran
They
away.
didn't see the guy get decapitated.
No, they left at that point.
They don't smell anything.
Nah, like, you know what's also really freaky about it all too? Everything within that radius, meaning that decapitated body is probably melted
Yeah,
too.
it's melting. But you try to do a
Oh,
handstand. That's the end of your turn.
Yes, because there's nothing else I could do.
Yeah, because you got concentration up. Yeah. Well, you can. Can you cast another spell? Hold on.
I can cast another spell. I could get like a little bit closer, and use
Yeah,
a
you should, I
spell.
think you can cast a spell with a concentration still.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
says when
As long as
concentrating
it's
on-
not another
yeah,
concentration
you
spell.
can
Yeah,
cast
yeah.
another spell.
All right. Well, while I'm handstanding and doing this shit, I then like get back in place and I move up like I would say, I guess within 10 feet of him,
Mm-hmm.
and I use my cantrip Lightning Lure and I start whipping him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
This is with a advantage because
He's prone, yes.
prone, right? All right. 12. Okay, so that's 18.
18. That'll hit.
All right. Okay, so let's see, straight line towards you, and then you can take 1d8 if it's within 5 feet of you. So wait, the target must succeed a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 7 feet. 10 feet of you. All right, so actually no, I could have just could I actually stay where I'm at.
You can stay where you're at.
Oh wait, no, it says within 5.
Oh, it does? Okay, yeah. So you'd have to
Target
get
must be
close
within 5 feet.
regardless.
Okay, so save or wait, save throw or be pulled up. Okay, that's me. That's for me if they get thrown or pulled, and that's if I want to choose to, I guess. So then, they take 1d8
Go ahead and roll
lightning
yeah.
damage. Okay. I'm learning how this works. I've never used this spell. 7 damage.
7 damage. All right.
Lightning damage.
It's looking pretty bad right now. Is that the end of your turn, though?
Yeah, I'm just holding the stream.
Okay, Zahn, you're up.
Okay, so am I able to have it attack itself with the axe while it's laying down, or does it need to get up?
It would have to get up and use half its movement.
Okay, so I'm gonna have it use its movement to get up, and I'm gonna have it attempt to decapitate itself with the axe.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's a 18 plus 6, so 24. That hits. And it... How do you want to do this, Miney? It's your kill.
It just cleaves its head right off.
Alright, so it stands back up. The crowd is cheering. It takes the axe, and as awkward as it would be, it kind of just backswings and lops off its own skeletal head.
And it just melts into the acid.
And yes,
Just
it,
like Terminator
as
what?
the head flies off, you see the blue smoke kind of dissipate. The head hits the ground and rolls. The body kind of shudders and then collapses into the acid and begins to melt.
As I'm just like holding it until the spell is done, and then all that it's done melting and everything. And as soon as it's finished and everything, you just see all the acid like turn from acid to water.
All right.
Is the
Yes.
pot still there? Like
Yeah, it's
that
fallen
it
over.
crawled out of? Can I like examine it?
Give me an Arcana check.
I'm gonna go look for Grim.
All right.
I'm gonna follow where his tracks may have been going, like the general direction where I thought I saw him go, and look for him.
An 8.
An 8. Okay. Azrael, give me a survival check. Well, with an 8, Miney, you have never seen anything like this. You've never heard anything like this. It's whatever it is. It clearly was not a good idea to climb inside. But
Is it still emanating magic from what I can tell from that 8?
yeah, you're gauging its powerful magic. You just don't know what kind. You don't
So
know.
it's probably still active.
Yeah. You get the idea that crawling inside may not be a good idea. You can certainly
Yeah.
try though.
All right.
No, I'm not crawling
Are
inside.
you sure?
I might keep this fucking pot though.
The pot is like it's like 8 feet tall and 5 feet wide. It's huge.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Manny?
I put the lid back on it.
Okay.
8.
8. You both got 8s. Easily enough, you follow Grimm's tracks back out to his tent, and as you open the flap, you see him hurriedly packing a suitcase.
It didn't
What's going
drop
on?
anything when it died, right?
It dropped its axe. That's about it.
I take the axe.
Okay. Say again, Manny.
What's going on?
Sorry.
He kind of looks to you and says, and he like gestures back to the main tent and says, "Did you not see what just happened?
I did.
This is the big problem.
Like where?
Say again. You broke up a bit.
Where'd you get it from?
He goes, I got it from an antique shop. The man said it was a magic pot that allowed one. And he kind of you see him gesture and he pulls a curtain and you see an exact replica of the pot. And he goes, he said that you could transfer things back and forth, that they'd go from one pot to the other. He didn't say anything about becoming a giant skeleton and killing people.
Well, on the plus side, from what people saw right there, they thought it was all an act.
He goes, yeah.
And they're entertained. They're entertained for the most part. What we need to do is figure out where this pot came from. Give me the area and such on. I'll try to track it.
He kind of shakes his head and says, fine.
I walk in. I want hush money. I want hush money or a hush item, magic item.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's
I just
very
saved your
shady.
asses.
All I know is he did save us by making this look like the best performance we had in a while.
Okay. Zahn, give me a persuasion or intimidation to try and get money out of Grim.
I have, I'm proficient in persuasion, but I mean it's up to
it's
you.
your choice.
Which one?
It's your choice. It's a dealer. It's basically whatever you think would be better. Because
Alright,
you're technically intimidating him, but at the same time you're technically persuading him, so it could go with
It'll be a persuasion that if it fails, it'll turn into intimidation.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
That's fine.
Okay. A natural 20.
A natural 20? Alright.
Yeesh.
So he kind of like rubs his temples.
I like this dice.
He rubs his temples and he says, fine, fine. And he reaches in and he pulls out a sack of coins and just tosses it to you. So you get about 50
I count it.
gold.
I take it.
Alright. And he goes, if you want to investigate, that's fine. You go figure out what this pot, everything about this pot.
Where was it from? Where
Can I,
was the place?
He goes, I bought it in the boroughs. It's the slum area. It was a small back alley shop. The guy said, that's where you find all your good antiques in the slums.
Is it in this city, right?
It's in this city, yes.
I check out the other pot and Arcana check it. Is it
Make an
radiating
Arcana
the
check.
same magic energy?
Give me Arcana.
That's no bueno. A 5.
A 5. You can't really tell. It doesn't seem to be active. It doesn't have the gold inlay like the other pot, but it looks identical.
I check it again.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing some Arcana checks until I get it. Nope.
I
A 6.
I want to make a perception check in seeing what he's doing right now, real quick.
You're trying to perceive his Arcana checks?
No, perceive what he's doing right now at the moment.
Who, Grim or Zahn?
What Zon's doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm Arcana checking this fucking
you don't
pot.
you don't need a perception check. You can see he's
All right.
examining
I
it.
cast Mage Hand inside the pot.
All right. 11.
11. It's not radiating magic like the other pot. It seems to be inactive.
It's just a pot.
I
then...
cast Mage Hand inside the pot and make the hand start shaking around inside the pot.
All right. The pot begins to shake as he casts this. But it does seem like it's just a pot. But as you examine it closer, what languages do you speak?
Ooh.
Both of you for this.
Hold on.
Catholic, German. No, I don't.
I'm not familiar with Catholic. Is that a form of common?
I don't fucking speak
Yes.
shit. I speak Common and Draconic.
All right.
Common and Draconic as well.
Oh my god.
So
That's gonna be
This is-
no
This is
bueno.
bad. This is
So
bad.
both of you do find written at the base of the pot that wraps around it, in a language you don't understand, is something. You didn't check the other pot for this, so you aren't sure if they both share it. But at that point, Grim folds up his suitcase, which is full of coin and clothing, and he says, "I'm getting out of here. Consider this."
Hey,
Yes.
Grim. At least take the trip with you. Wherever y'all go, send me like a postcard or something like that, and I'll eventually meet up with y'all.
That's fair. He goes, I will take the troop with me. I had no intention of abandoning them, but we're dismantling it tonight, and we're out of here by the morning. Before the guards or the people catch on to what just happened. If you want the pot, keep it. And he kind of like turns and like flicks
Xbox
it
record that.
I do want the pot, but there's no way for me to fucking
off.
transport it.
It's about it's like 8 feet tall, 5 feet wide, maybe even more. It's you don't know the dimensions of the burger.
It's like almost 3 times your height.
Yeah.
You could fit in there easily if you want to.
Yeah, I don't want to fit in there. I do not want to climb inside.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
All right. So.
All right. So.
Would a
Yes.
an Oathbreaker paladin that can control undead be frowned upon by city guards?
I'll give you a quick synopsis. Since the gods came and basically ruined the world, no one likes the gods. It's more if you are still dealing with the gods, then you're actually looked down upon less. Or no, you're looked down upon then. Since you're an Oathbreaker, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, yeah, half the paladins we know are Oathbreakers. If you actually
They're literally high-fiving you as you're
If-
walking through the tent.
if you're like a normal paladin or a normal cleric, then people are like, hey, what the fuck, man? They destroyed our world. You're really gonna side with them? Stuff like that. So
Now,
you-
could I tell, like, do you think... Would I be pinned for this, like, mishap, like, considering I can control undead?
You don't know. It might be a good
Okay.
idea to get out of there.
I leave.
I try to grab him by the shoulder. Wait.
What?
Yeah, hi. My name is Azrael. You?
Zahn.
Zahn? Oh, hey. Would you like to check out this pot real quick? I heard
I'm
that
not
it's
getting
pretty
in the
big.
pot.
No, come on. Come on.
How about
Everybody
you
has
climb
to-
in the pot?
No, I'm not climbing at the pot. We're gonna go check it out. Don't you want to see figure out what happened over here?
I would prefer not to be around when guards show up.
Don't worry, we're closing up real fast. Everything, all the evidence has been melted away, and it turned into water.
All right, I'm
Well,
following him to see what he's wanting to do, but as soon as I see guards, I'm scatting.
All right, cool. I wanted to investigate the pot real quick.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
The one that the thing climbed out of, right?
Yeah.
Is there still a crowd, by the way?
15. What's
15.
up?
There is a crowd. They are a little confused because the show kind of just abruptly ended, and they're like talking amongst each other. Some of them are dispersing. You don't see any guards yet, but you get the idea that they might be on their way.
Okay.
You do notice though the bones and the body of the Minotaur and the worker have completely dissolved at this point to water, and it's just a big puddle with a tipped over pot. You said you got a 15, Manny?
Yes, I got a 15.
With the 15, you give a once over on the pot, and you see the inscription on the bottom of it, and once again you don't speak its language, so you can't determine what it says, but you get the idea that it might be important.
I take out some scrap paper.
All right.
Is he gonna do what I was gonna do?
What?
No, go on.
I grab some dirt off of the ground, and I start using the dirt like as in like I'm doing like an easel thing to take out the scriptures. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty certain I don't have any charcoal and everything to do that.
I know what you're going for. Yeah, easily enough, you do a rubbing of the inscription on the bottom. It takes a few pieces of paper, but you get it down pretty well.
Ooh, all right.
So I ask, are you done?
Yeah. Do you want to follow me to the
a part of me wants to smash the pot, and then a part of me decides not to. I take out a scrap piece of paper and just write down on it, "Do not climb in this pot," and I lay it on top of it, and I leave.
That's probably the smartest thing you could have done.
Oh my god! Just imagine, like, so what's inside this pot? They climb in. You can see a whole bunch of just skeleton soldiers come out of nowhere. Jesus. All right, so Don, you want to follow me to the antique shop over in the slums?
Yeah.
All right,
let's go.
So, you both leave the circus, and as you leave, you do see maybe 5 or 10 guards kind of rushing in the opposite direction towards the circus, as you just absent-mindedly pass them by, and you watch as they disappear into the tents, and you guys easily enough get away from the circus or the troupe.
But what kind of axe did I grab, by the way, from that Minotaur?
It is a great axe, I believe. Okay. The thing is, it is magical. You notice that right off the bat because he didn't have the axe with him when he went in the pot. He basically conjured the axe once he got out of the pot.
Okay.
So it is magical. You might want to
just write down magical axe for now.
Axe, yeah. All right.
Look out, guys! They're after me, magic axe.
So, both of you give me investigation checks to see if you can find this antique shop in the Burrows.
Ooh, 21.
1?
Oh, 5.
5. Zahn, you're heading one way, and you notice Azriel heading another way, and you both kind of like look to each other, and then realize you're going the wrong way.
I just apologize and said I'm not good at directions.
I yell out loud to him like, "No, that's going over to the brothel. This way."
I don't think that would discourage him. But you two eventually find the right path, and you enter the Burrows. Now, unlike the rest of the city, which was kind of carved out of a large a large hollow spot in the earth, The burrows are actually dug into the side of the cave, and they just kind of snake off like mine tunnels.
Excuse me.
So you're away from the main section of the city and back into what you'd expect a more underground section to look like. But after maybe 10-15 minutes of inspecting and walking around, you do eventually come to the antique shop that Grim mentioned, called the Whispering Hollow. And you both find yourself standing outside of it.
Is it open?
It is open.
Pull the door open.
All right, you open the door. There's a little tingling.
No, I just pull the door open.
Oh, okay. You pull it towards you?
Yes.
All right. There's a little tingling of a bell, giving, letting whoever's inside know that someone just entered. And you hear a hello from deep inside.
Hello.
I start making whispering noises.
Oh, okay. What kind of whispering noises?
Just inaudible.
All right.
You can't tell what I'm saying.
Give me a performance check.
God damn it. 15.
15. You hear like a glass fall over, and you hear you hear someone clear their throat kind of anxiously, and they're like, "Whoever's there, you can come in and we can discuss whatever you need to discuss, but no need to freak me out."
I walk in, but I don't close the door. I just hold it open. I have something prop it open. Keep it propped open.
Okay. And as you
And I
both
just
enter,
go in.
the shop is built into the side of the cave, just like everything else in the burrows. And it looks, as you enter, it's not made of wood. It's not made, it's actually hewn out of the rock. So it's just carved rock. Carved rock shelves. The floor is dirt. And you see behind the counter, which is another stone counter. You see a tiefling woman kind of just sitting there, like with her hands, up against her chest, just kind of watching you two enter. And
Is there multiple people or just that one person?
just her?
Okay.
Hello.
She goes, hello, how can I help you?
Yes. So I pull out the papers. They're all like smudged with dirt, but you can perfectly see the scripture.
Yeah.
What is this?
And she goes, and she pulls out some glasses from a pocket and puts them on. And you can see she's older. She's not a young tiefling. She's got graying black hair. Her horns, one of them is missing, and the other one kind of curls around her ear. And she just kind of rests in spectacles on her nose, and she goes, well, I don't speak this language, so I can't be much help.
Oh, that's interesting, because you sold pot to somebody that I know, and it turned somebody else into a monster.
You see the color kind of drain from her face, and she starts to she starts to stammer. She's like, I did sell a pot a few days ago. It was quite large, 2 of them. But I had been promised that they were just magic transportation pots. You put one thing in and it comes out the
And
other end.
who told you that?
How many kilos?
Say again, Manny?
How many kilos?
Oh. She's like, well. She goes, I bought it from a broker. He said that you can transport any non-living material from one pot to the next.
Non-living. See, now, he was told by you they had to be living.
She goes, I may have left out the part where it has to be non-living, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's just magic transportation. There's no harm there.
I turn around, walk a little bit back, look at Zonin, think,
This pot turned someone into a undead.
She kind of crosses her arms and gets she goes, I highly doubt that.
Objection.
It was just a simple pot. It was from you put something in it, and then it goes to the other pot.
I did an intimidation check, and I go, "Do I look like the type that would lie?"
Make an intimidation check.
I assist. I assist by also I assist. But I'm gonna do. Let's see. What spell can I do? I do shocking. I started showing my hand with a shocking grasp, like right behind him, ready.
Why do you have advantage?
Okay. Because I rolled a 3. God damn it, that's not any better. A 10.
A 10 total. You see her get like this, smug look on her face and says, "You can say whatever you want, but all sales are final. The pot is with whoever bought it." And
hold on. 1 sec. You only get 1 channel divinity a day. Per short rest. Fuck, I can't do my dreadful aspect.
I go up to her and tell her, "I don't want the money. I want you to turn yourself in."
make a persuasion or intimidation check, your choice.
All right. All right. Let's see which one I have. The most of right here. 16.
16
for persuasion.
All right, hold on. All right. You see her kind of just stare at you for a minute, and she's like sizing you up. And then she's like, "I don't think I'll be doing that." And she goes, "If you don't mind, you can leave my store. I think I'm closing up for the night." And she kind of like shoos you off, turns around, and disappears into the back room.
I don't move. I hold my ground.
All right.
I stare her down.
She disappears into the back room, and after about 5 minutes, she kind of peeks her head out, sees you standing there, and immediately draws back in. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Ooh. All right, let's see. Where's intimidation? 18.
18. After about 5 minutes, you hear some shuffling, and then a door close.
I go look in the back.
All right.
Did she run away?
You pull the curtains back. She is not there, and you see the back door is shut, and she is gone.
I start looking around for things to take.
I start doing the same thing.
Oh god. Okay, both of you give me investigation checks.
I lock her back door.
Magical items, preferably.
I want to lock her back door, and then I'm gonna go tell.
God
her,
damn it!
I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell him straight up. She's not here. And then I start looking around.
I roll a 3, and then I look harder.
Look, I'm gonna take a 20. I'm gonna take a 20 where I'm like looking thoroughly.
Okay.
Until I find something.
Okay. You're rolling a d20?
No, like take a 20, because I'm just gonna sit here until I find something.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I'm a little confused. What do you mean?
It's basically where you're just sitting there until you find something. It's kind of like the equivalent to a nat 20, but you're like spending like an hour or so just looking.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I can always do an investigation instead.
No, you're fine.
If you want me to.
Easily enough, you both begin tossing her store. You find knickknacks, antiques. You eventually find behind the counter what looks like her coin purse that she keeps, for purchases. She doesn't have much in there. You get the idea that this shop isn't doing too well. That maybe the last big sale she had was the pot. You also get the feeling that anything of value she may have grabbed when she left, but she left this behind. So you find a sack of about 15 gold. And scouring...
I'll let you take it, Manny.
Scouring the rest of the room...
Sure you want me to have this?
You find knickknacks, antiques. Nothing magical, nothing too, impressive.
Do we find anything related to the pot sale thing? Or anything related to the person that sold her the pot?
You eventually find a ledger with names and dates and, prices. And you see You see at the bottom Grimm's name, and then sold, and she put transportation pots, and she sold it for about. Looks like she sold it to him for about 200 gold. And then you backtrack and you see transportation pots again, and the name Arthur scribed on it. And it looks like she bought them for 50 gold apiece.
Damn. She got them good.
That's about all you find.
Or Grim. If you don't want to keep that, I'm gonna keep that. Just to hide the evidence so they don't freaking incriminate my good pal Grim. If you're okay with it, Zod.
I'm good with whatever. Do what you want. I have no invested interest.
Okay. I pocketed the ledger.
All right, you now have the antique shop's ledger.
All right.
All right. So it's about 2 or 3 in the afternoon now. You guys, you didn't take any damage, but you casted some spells. So
Yeah.
you're free to move about the city now. You can do whatever you'd like.
Well, Zod, my trip is gone for on the whole entire thing. I don't know if you want me to tag along with you for whatever you're doing, your transactions and adventure.
I'll travel with you, but only because you're a Dragonborn, and I trust you more than others. Not that I trust you, but you seem, race thing.
Us brothers gotta stick together.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I got you.
So you.
Anything?
Yes.
Should we head to a bar? Or where do you want to head to, Manny?
I don't know. I haven't been in Oxford, so you been here longer than me?
Is this like one of the bigger cities, Logan?
Yes, this is a big city.
I've probably been in this city for a little bit then.
So I'll let you go
Probably
ahead and
a couple
get
months.
me around.
I guess we go find a tavern/inn, I guess, for now.
Right.
We get some sleep.
All right. You eventually come across the Lonely Lion Inn, and it had, it's about a 3-story building made of wood, which is odd. Most of the buildings down here are carved out of stone, but this looks like it's made out of wood, and it looks, on the higher end. It's got a little sign with a lion sleeping quietly in a field. And as you enter, it's about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, so it's not crowded. Most people are still, working the fields or going to circus performances. You see about 3 people inside and a bartender who looks like a lionin, which is the lion folk, and he's sitting there kind of just cleaning glasses. His eyes are a little droopy. He looks like he's about to fall asleep.
I walk up and go. Oh, sorry. Go.
And I follow you.
No.
I follow you going up there anyways. That's what I was planning on doing.
Hello, my friend. I need 2 of your finest ales.
You see him kind of rouse from his slumber, and he almost drops his glass, and he fumbles with it for a second. He's like, "Oh, of course," and he reaches down, and he pulls out 2 pints, and he slides them.
How much would that cost me, friend?
He's like, 1 copper each.
I give him a silver.
Thank you, sir. That's very generous. And he takes it and pockets it into a little purse.
I go ahead and give him how much is 1 silver compared to 1 the drinks were 1 copper, right, a piece?
Yeah.
And it's 10 copper for.
Yeah, 10 to the silver, 10 silver to the gold, and
10 gold.
Forgot how much. There you go.
I also ask him how much for a room.
And he's like,
2 rooms.
2 rooms? That'd be about a silver each.
I
go ahead and give him
I give him the gold and tell him, here, take the rest.
Yeah, I was gonna say this would cover a tab for a week or so.
He goes, easily enough, sirs. This will cover you.
Room and drink.
Room and drink. I could arrange that. I'll start a tab, and I'll let you know if you need to pay.
Okay.
All right, sweet.
I kind of just go and sit down, kind of preferably in like a corner, with an easy, if I need to flee, if I, a way to get out quickly, like, closer to the door maybe, or a window.
All right.
I sit opposite from him, and grab my drink in my hand, and not like sip it. I just like pour it down my throat.
I'm drinking it, just kind of trying to listen around, see if anyone's talking about the events that transpired. Was that morning, I guess?
It would have been like
Or
noon.
okay, yeah, that afternoon or whatever, like noon.
Who knows what noon is? It's the Underdark.
It's the Underdark. So the only reason you know what time it is because they kept timepieces, and they manufactured them and kept them going. So you know that it would technically be about 3 or 4 o'clock on the surface, but you're just assuming if the timepieces are even still correct. You don't know if how quickly they've gone out of time.
So, like I said, I was just listening about, seeing if there's any commotion, like talking about the events that transpired. I rolled a nat 20, and it's a +1 for my perception.
21.
Do I roll a Constitution
Yeah.
save since I'm
Yeah.
I'm pouring down the drink?
You're chugging
right.
your drink, so give me a Constitution save. But
That
with
was
a
cocked.
21,
God damn it.
okay, with a 21, Miney, you wait in the corner for maybe a good few hours as the bar starts to fill up and people are talking and conversing. You do hear that there are some people who are like, "Did you hear what happened at the traveling circus?" And you catch like the details of like, "Oh yeah, it was a horrid creature came out of a pot or something." And you listen for a while. Some people, kind of like telephone, where some of the story is a little skewed. They're like,
I'm mostly keeping an ear out to see if like anything related
12.
to my character, like any information like tied, like
like if they like, and then a kobold, stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm just listening out for that as well, just making sure.
All right. With a 12, Manny, you get a little buzz. You're not drunk, but you're getting there. But
Oh, that actually was good. Holy crap! I haven't had a drink like that in probably since the last time I went to a town.
So with the 21, you do eventually start to hear people like, yeah, and then 2 guys just kind of like took it down, and they're like, I don't remember what they looked like, and they're like, going back and forth. No one seems to. It was such, most people fled and then came back, so a lot of people are kind of missing details.
Yeah.
So you get the idea that maybe, some people.
We're still inconspicuous.
Yeah, you were inconspicuous, and a lot of people were just running away.
Okay. So I kind of just whispered to my newfound companion. I'm like, I think we're safe in this city for a few more weeks. I'm a little light on money, and I need some work. And
if you
we
want,
paid for this tab for a week or so we might as well stay here and look for some work.
yeah.
Not sure what your
First,
plans are.
yeah, I'll follow you if you want. If we're looking for work and everything, my trip is already gone. They'll eventually send me a message telling me where they're at. We can probably head over that way if you want. Maybe they'll even hire you as a bodyguard. Hell, there's money to go.
I'm not keen on traveling with a troop. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry. But and then I pull out my lyre. I'm like, but first, let's play a little song. So let's see if we can get like some money flowing, and then we can use that for something else.
I step away from him while he tries to do a performance.
Right.
I'm not trying to draw attention to myself, so
I'm like,
I just kind of move to the bar while
back.
he's just doing whatever he's doing.
I'm like rocking back and forth while I'm playing the lyre, and all of a sudden I start strumming it with and my hands start to electrify from the shocking grasp, and I just start just strumming it, and it makes it sound like an electric guitar weirdly.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Ooh, that was good. That was actually really freaking good. Where's the? Here we go. Performance. Where you at? 21.
21. Easily enough, you begin to draw a small crowd of people. They toss you copper pieces. You make about 16 copper. As
It
the
starts.
air,
The sound starts to sound kind of like Soothsayer from Buckethead, a little bit, as
Okay.
I'm just like playing it and strumming.
all right. And as you begin to strum and the evening starts to emerge, that is where we will end it for today.